G'day. Well, it was never my intention to come up this area. So where I am is Dampier Peninsula, which is north of Broome, just on the western side of it. So it's this whole little peninsula. And I thought, oh, well, while I'm waiting for goods to be delivered to Broome, I might as well get out of town and actually be able to book into places, which is great. So here's the places I went to. I went to Pender Bay, then to Middle Lagoon, and from Middle Lagoon up to Gambunun Eco Resort. All three completely different. And if someone said, oh, which was the best? You know, I really don't think they were the best. I just think they were all so different. They were great in their own rights. Anywho, let's go. This is just first impressions. What a place. As you can see behind me is the lagoon, and it is outstanding. Bit of a breezy day today, not a kilty type day, but yeah, just fantastic. I'm staying on what they call the ridge. I think you pay a little bit extra for it, but you get this. It's either sunrise or sunset. People are swimming. They seem to be indifferent about sharks and crocodiles, so I'm sure it's fine. And really, this could be the find. So I'm at Middle Lagoon. Well, I'm standing in front of Carsten and Maxine's combi. They've very kindly allowed me to use their internet. They've got the Skylink, and I'm hoping to put this video up for this weekend. So great that I've got that opportunity. Thank you to those guys. And yeah, I've just finished doing some editing. Just about to go out swimming on the in the lagoon. And I'm staying here at Middle Lagoon. It's just awesome. Thanks again, Carsten and Maxine and their little girl. Great, appreciate it. Well, this is the near on the end of Middle Lagoon. I've got to say, first impressions, and even now that I'll be leaving tomorrow, great place. So you've got the main beach here, which is good for fishing, although a lot of the guys take their boats out on the lagoon. From the lagoon, they just go out to sea. Lagoon is great for swimming and snorkeling, and quite a big wide beach. A lot of people do their sunbaking and just leisure activities there. So Middle Lagoon, definitely plus on my list.
Can I take a show stuff in your hand, bro? Are you right?
You know, all traditional food and resources came from the ocean. So, you know, we didn't eat kangaroos, emus, witchetty grubs and stuff like that. Most of the resources came from the ocean and from the land, using your native bush fruits. But fish, crabs, oysters, you know, stingrays, shellfish, turtle, dugong was the primary food from our tribe. Bird eggs were eaten, you know, certain times of year, seasonal. So oyster peckers, some of your reef herons. There's a couple of islands just out up one arm called East and West Twin Islands, where the terns lay the eggs out there. Our people used to go from Sunday Island using traditional raft called galawa, cutting at the only seasonal time, collecting up eggs and bring them back. So traditional food was around the ocean. I remember with my grandmother still digging these up. You know, they're that small, but it was a tradition. You couldn't preserve any food, so you had to hunt and gather every day, basically. Before European came, the men were just tall, fit, even the ladies, because they were hunting and gathering every day. So you couldn't preserve any food. You could find water along the sand dunes, on the back of the sand dunes. If you dig up, you'll find flat places. They call them bidin. So you dig them up, you might go a meter in, and water is just going to seep up. You find fresh water.
Yeah, the both know where they are.
Make sure we don't come down. Yeah. So it's not.
Mate, thank you for today. That was amazing. So, all right, greatly appreciate
it. Okay, kids, everybody look at.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, let's aim you.
Well, there it is. What a week. I really enjoyed it, had a great time. Went to 3 completely different places on in the Dampier Peninsula, which was, as you know, was Pender Bay. Loved that, found the rock hut, and that was great. Also went round to the rock pool, that was very impressive. Bit of a trek over the rocks, but when you get there, you've got a beautiful little plunge pool, and as you're walking through, you've got the beautiful pinnacles in the rocks, and that was great. Then from there, went to Middle Lagoon. Middle Lagoon was great, had a bit of a splash around, had a bit of a snorkel, saw about a 1.5 metre shark. Thought I'd filmed it, turns out it wasn't on the film, but sorry about that. But it got my attention, so I was out of the water a little bit after that. Also bumped into Carsten and Maxine of YouTube fame. Thank you very much for your letting me use your equipment. By using their internet, I was actually able to put up last week's video. And without that, I would still be waiting to put it up. Left Middle Lagoon and then headed up to Gambunun Bay. That was also extraordinary. Lots of big tides and low tides. When the low tide went out, it felt as though you could walk right across to the island. Obviously couldn't. A couple of reef sharks there. There was a dugong and a couple of turtles. Sorry, no footage for that. They just got up and down before I could get organised. And but a great little place there, plenty of water, just a really good place to stay. And thrown amongst all of that, I also did pick up some rubbish for help the Indigenous people on the beach and also in the area. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, that would be great. And until next time, this is Paul Will Drive, signing off.